Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angel and today I'm going to talk to you about 6 different cat manga that I think you should pick up. So a few months ago I think I got really sick, and right before that I was going to film this very long vlog where I talk to you about these manga and read them and just share all the funny moments, but unfortunately I got very sick and I still read them, but I was definitely not in a state of mind to actually share my thoughts on them. So I am going to talk about these 6 books here, different concepts entirely, and some of them are series. So I'm gonna hop right in now, show you what I think about them, what the stories are about, and yeah, I'm really hoping you're gonna pick these up because there are a lot more cat manga after these that I want to read and share with you, so keep watching. This first one is Cat Gamer Volume 1. I think it's actually Cat Plus Gamer Volume 1, and this one is about a girl who ends up getting a stray cat from work. I think someone just finds it and like brings it to her in like a box on her desk, and she's typically just like really obsessed with video games. Like she'll go home and she'll clock out like right on time and be like, hey guys, I'm out, and just totally ditch her desk. And then she goes home and plays video games. But then she has this cat now in her life and she needs to figure out what the heck to do with it because she's never had a cat before. She looks at it almost like an adventure within a video game, like an RPG. She has to like level up ways to feed it and to play with it and her connection to the cat, and it's just really funny because it reminded me of a lot of like Skyrim or something, where she is trying to like figure out different ways to be better as a cat owner. I thought this one was really funny, but it's also just super cute, and if you like cats or if you have a cat, I think you'll relate to it pretty highly. The next one is I don't know if this actually came out in like separate volumes, but I got it as a bind up, and this is The Walking Cat, a cat's eye view of the zombie apocalypse. It's pretty much what you think it's going to be. It's basically The Walking Dead but cats, and this is the one that I'd actually started vlogging with, and so I have a bunch of like sticky notes of really like meaningful or like intensely beautiful like cute cat scenes. It's basically following a cat and the humans that the cat is with throughout the zombie apocalypse. It's pretty gory, pretty gruesome, and it's very action-packed. Or if you just like think about any zombie movie you've ever seen, any zombie book, like there are these moments in those stories where there's like a lot of downtime and like people get to like a civilization, or maybe they're in a group and things are calm for a little while and we get to pet the cat and play with the cat and it's all super cute, and then there's just a moment of like, oh my god, maybe the zombies are chasing them, and then the cat like wants to help and like is trying to like get the zombies away or distract the zombies. I just thought it was really funny because obviously we have the cat that can't speak, and then you're also getting the plot of the people around the cat, and it's just really interesting to see how those interactions happen, and you just become so emotionally invested in the cat and the cat's relationships with its people, because obviously it's definitely like more point of view of the cat than the people. Like you see them, but the cat is the main focus. The next one I found at a used bookstore, and I ended up buying it as a digital book, and it's The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today, and this one is a little weirder. This one, as you can see by the cover, has a human-sized cat. I believe the girl in the book ended up adopting him when he was just like a kitten, and then he just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't believe he talks, but he like definitely like cleans the house and he cooks for her, and he just like generally takes care of the home while she's away. It's so cute, and it's just such a weird perspective because you're just like imagining this like stay-at-home cat. And I think there's times where like somebody like almost finds out that she has this enormous cat at home, and she's like, oh no, you can't come over, like you can't find out my secret about my enormous cat. There's also Cat Massage Therapy, which I believe at least has like 4 or 5 volumes out at this point, and this one is exactly what the title says, and the cover is too freaking cute for words. This is just about a cat, and I believe it's 2 kids, like it's 2 little kittens that have a massage parlor, and I think like at first people aren't coming in just because they're new, and then this one guy comes in and the owner or the manager is just a lovely little cat and is like, can I please just massage you? And he's like, yeah, I guess that's kind of weird, and it's like the best massage of his freaking life. He's like crying and so ecstatic, and he comes in all the time, and he's like, well, just make sure that you like tell your friends about us here. And I think there's like little vignettes at the end of the other kittens like having to take over and do like multi-cat massages, and it's so cute. Like I don't know how else to express like how happy that one made me. You're just constantly seeing them like rubbing their little toe beans, and it's just such a sweet time. And it was a very quick read, and I believe this one is entirely in color. I did read it a little while ago, but I believe it's all in color. I also read A Man and His Cat Volume 1. This one is like, I believe he's either very intimidating or he's supposed to be like a retired Yakuza, and he just gets this like very old ugly cat from the cat store one day, and everyone like passes him by because he's kind of ugly. He's just very grumpy and ugh, I think he's like a smush face cat, which I'm not even a fan of, even though I love cats. And one day he just comes and he's like, no, I want that one. And even the pet store owner was like, oh my God, like I can't believe it's finally happening. And I believe you get like a perspective of the cat, who's just a normal cat and he doesn't talk or anything. But he is like also like crying in cat. And he's so excited that somebody has finally decided to take him home. And I just thought it was really sweet because he's so invested, like the owner is so invested in like making this cat's home very like cat friendly. And I believe the reason he is doing it is because he's a widower, and so he wanted someone in the house with him because he now lives alone. And so like there's a little bit of a sad moment with it, but it's also just so wholesome and sweet that you get to see this cat and this old man just have this little family relationship together. And then the last one I got is a little bit more on the like shape-shifty kind of side. So this is one that Jose used to recommend to people when he worked at Barnes & Noble, and he didn't actually know what it was about except for that there was cats, and it's kind of funny. And I will say it's kind of funny, but it's also like, think like cat gang wars. Like it is called Yankees. It just had a lot of story going on. So it's about these street cats who are just feral cats living out in the streets. And it goes back and forth. There's like this funny juxtaposition between like seeing the cats like spar or like hiss and spit at each other. And then you go and they're like people. Like you see like these two dudes like, oh, fuck you, and they're like going to punch each other. Or this guy's like trying to hit on this girl cat, and then it switches to like it's a girl and a guy, and it's just really funny. They're not actually transforming, but it's like just showing you like how funny some of these interactions would be if they were actually people. And so what happens is there are several cat colonies or cat gangs, and one of them, I think like the leader gets killed or something along those lines, and so now there's like a little bit of a war waged between them that's been going on for a long time. It's a lot. But you do get to see more of that like feral cat. You get to see a wild cat and how they interact with people, how they're like kind of tricking people into giving them food sometimes, or spending time with them and like just giving them pets. And it was just such a strange like story concept to me that when I read it, it was just so surprising how much I loved it. That's all I have for today. Like I said, I do have a bunch of manga that I want to pick up that are about cats as well. I feel like there was a new release day a few months ago that had like 6 different cat manga. There was like Marvel Cat, there was like this weird like cat detective, like I'll put some of the covers up on the screen now. There were so many stories. Most of them are really funny because you're seeing cats in like funny predicaments, but cats are also funny without a story. Like you don't have to make them into like a huge cat or in a gang. But I really enjoyed these. So let me know in the comments down below if you've read these before, or if you have any other cat manga recommendations, and I would love to pick them up and do another video like this. Let me know if you made this far in the video. Just leave a cat emoji down in the comments, and I will see you next time.